Bayern Munich are ramping up their charm offensive for Declan Rice, with manager Thomas Tuchel reaching out to the West Ham midfielder, according to several reports in Germany. Welcome back to the West Ham Network. If you are new around here, hit the subscribe button. Give us a little cheeky follow. Go and check out us all on all the other social platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. We are there, here, there, and everywhere. Please leave your comments. Hit the thumbs up as well if you're interested in becoming a channel member. Then please do that. And as we always know, the season's over from the Premier League. We've still got one big game to go, but the news coming out of the club is just relentless. It's relentless, and it's going to be like that all summer. Now, Declan Rice is potentially expected to leave West Ham this summer, with a host of Premier League clubs queuing up to sign him. Arsenal, who we have spoken about several times, have previously identified Declan Rice as their ideal man to bolster their midfield and are believed to be favourites for his signature, whilst Manchester United, Chelsea are also Manchester City are also long-standing admirers of the midfielder. But Bayern are preparing to make a rival play for the player, according to Sky Sports in Germany. Tuchel has personally spoken to Declan Rice in an effort to convince him of a move to the Bundesliga. Now, the 24-year-old's preference would be to remain in the Premier League. He said to be open to a move, though, to Bayern Munich, and has welcomed the interest from Bayern. Again, I don't know how these people know this, but they do apparently, and that's what we're led to believe. Now, Declan Rice is top of Bayern's summer transfer wish list, with the club keen to land this player, Declan Rice, as their marquee signing as they look to challenge for the Champions League title. Well, they would rather stumble over the line in defense of their Bundesliga crown. They want the Champions League. That is exactly what they want. And they're cautious of the valuation of Declan Rice, and potentially that might feature and play into the hands of Arsenal. But that has not deterred Bayern and Tuchel's personal touch, which went down probably and would do with any natural player. But is that not a form of tapping up? I don't bloody know. I don't know how this all works. But Tuchel has seen Rice up close on several occasions during his time in charge when he was at Chelsea, and after one particularly impressive performance at Stamford Bridge last season, he made a beeline for the midfielder after the final whistle to applaud his display. Now, Bayern will look to intensify their efforts in the coming days after receiving potential encouragement from Declan Rice, though they may be ultimately priced out of a move. Now, what we do know is Bayern Munich cannot compete with the mammoth spending of the Premier League and would ideally like to land Declan Rice for less than 100 million euros. But West Ham, as we all know, are thought to be requesting a British transfer record fee in excess of 100 million pounds, which Manchester City did spend on Jack Grealish. Though the prospect of selling Rice abroad rather than to a London rival might tempt us into accepting a lower offer from a foreign club, the reports are suggesting Bayern are going to move ahead and try and make an offer and a move to get Declan Rice and convince him to go to Germany. However, Mr. Declan Rice himself has been speaking to the mainstream media, and he said he's been blocking out the noise and speculation over his West Ham future, as he has a heart set on leading the club to the European glory in Prague next month. Now, as we all know, we've travelled to the Czech capital to face Fiorentina in the Conference League in the 7th of June, our first major European final in 47 years. And the game is also expected to be potentially Declan Rice's last in a West Ham shirt. He's set to be sold this summer, and we know loads of teams are interested in him. Now, the fans sang his name loud and proud, and they sang it at the King Power Stadium. They were like, 10 more years, Declan Rice, 10 more years, I pray. And he was asked what it would like to be winning that title for West Ham in Europe, and he said, and also signing off with a win. But what he actually said was he's not focused on any of that, to be honest. Let me give you what he actually said. He actually went on and he said his main focus this season from the World Cup onwards has been getting us out of relegation battle, and of course having one eye on winning this trophy. He went on to say, everything else is just noise and speculation. Obviously, I can't help that. It comes with playing, but my main focus is playing for West Ham and winning this final. My heart's set in that, doing it for the club, for my family, for the fans, and that's my only focus. I want to make them all very happy, and my focus is on doing that. I think all of us have dreamed about it. Obviously, with the journey we've been on, we're one game away from lifting something for West Ham, which would go down in history. And I don't think about those things too much because I've been in the finals before and obviously lost. The highs and the lows of the game are really minimal, but I think we're all dreaming. The fans are all dreaming, and I think we have a right to, but it's down to us to get it done. And I love the fact that he is being public and speaking out and saying, listen, his focus has to turn fully on the European journey. You're going to get speculation left, right, and centre. This is part and parcel of when you're in the media, and even ourselves with doing these channels, etc. It's vital that we stay focused and keep solely on the main line of what we're here trying to achieve, which is to go and make history with this group of players. Now, we've not won a major competition since 1980 in the FA Cup final against Arsenal. And remarkably, only 2 men have ever lifted trophies as captain of our club. If you didn't know it, it's legendary figures, Billy Bonds and, of course, Bobby Moore. And Declan Rice, wants this so bad, but he's not just the only one. All of us West Ham fans want it so bad as well. Now, Moyes did make 6 changes to his side for the trip to Leicester, and then used all of his 5 permitted substitutes during the second half as he manages his squad playing time ahead of the Fiorentina match. And Rice again played the full 90 minutes. Now, he's played 58 games for club and country this season, including starting all 5 of England's matches at the World Cup and all but 2 of West Ham's in the Premier League. And he insists, however, that he's still firing on all cylinders. What he actually said was that he's feeling unbelievably fit. I'm ready for anything in that final, whether it goes to go 90 minutes or 120 minutes. I feel I'll be able to play any minutes that are required. It's been a long season with the World Cup, but the way I've kept myself off the pitch has probably been the key to being able to play so many games and keeping himself fresh. I want to play every game as well. I want to rack up as many appearances as possible, and it's been good to do that. And you can see that in his performances week in and week out in the West Ham shirt. And when you think about Declan Rice potentially not playing at West Ham next year, it's a hard thing for us to take, but most of the big clubs in the world have to learn to be able to sell their best players. And if we had to take the best scenario, I would absolutely prefer Declan Rice to head over to the Bundesliga and play for Bayern Munich, because it wouldn't be rammed down our throat every 2 minutes that he's playing in the Premier League against us, and that would soften the blow ever so slightly. But we can request a lot of money, and we can invest that money wisely. It's about investing that money wisely, and there is going to be an abundance of players that we think can come in and take on that mantelpiece. Whether or not they are like for Declan Rice, or we're going to change our style of play, that will be something to be decided on. But it's all up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen. The final's in the 7th of June. We're coming close to it. I can't believe we're getting close to it as we are. Exciting times ahead. Fingers crossed we can get this. I mean, listen, we win this Europa Conference League, we automatically qualify for the group stages in Europa League. And what does that do for the mindset? What's the promises being made in the summer? If there's a 1% chance, then I'm going to jump in that 1% and pray that we can potentially convince him. But equally, though, there's also another percentage of me that says learn to live without Declan Rice, because we're going to have to do it at some point, and that's what I think we should do. So what do you think? Bayern Munich stepping up their interest in Declan Rice, Arsenal potentially preparing a bid for him once the Europa Conference League final is done and the window goes open for signatures and transfers to be made. Let us know your genuine thoughts. For me, do you know what? Win this title and he'll go down in history, and it would be amazing to think he'd give us one more year after having such a... It's not going to happen, but it would be amazing to think he'd give us one more year as European champion and fight and see, if you believe in this team, then stay. I'm looking into it a little bit too much, but hey ho. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you are new around here, please hit that lovely, cheeky, beautiful subscribe button. It really does help us out on the channel. Hit the thumbs up as well. Hope you're enjoying the recent content. We'll be back for the Hammers headlines later on. And of course, come on, you Irons.